Hey guys, this is Anime Paul Z here, and today we are going to be doing the 6th part of What If Vegeta Turned Good in the SAIYAN saga. Just for your information, I'm intending to move this What If past Dragon Ball Z and to go into Dragon Ball Super. Hopefully I can end it at the Granola arc. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe, it's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jit. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
Future Trunks believes he is too weak to just jump in and help, but he is just about a third to 40% as strong as Vegeta. Therefore, his Super Saiyan form really wouldn't be enough to put a dent in Cell. Also, Goku is pretty much equal to Vegeta while Gohan is nearing Goku in strength. All of these three fighters would fall in the category of being relative to one another. The differences in their overall battle power are minor and borderline negligible. The three Saiyans attack Cell with ferocity, and with all of their power levels combined, they are stronger than Cell. They overwhelm him with various techniques and instant transmission to just make his job even harder. He has to be aware of attacks coming from literally all around him, and with people that individually near his strength, it's proving to be quite the onerous task. Cell blocks a straight punch that comes from Gohan, but then Vegeta dives down in his Ultra Vegeta state to try and land a downwards kick. Cell is just about fast enough to move his arms accordingly, but once he lifts his arms to try and block this attack, Vegeta is gone. Into his chest, Vegeta lands the attack through teleporting, and this kick hurls him back. In response, Goku launches a full power Kamehameha wave to his back to launch him downward. He crashes through an entire mountain, then the Saiyans appear right next to him once again to give him even more trouble. The four fighters continue battling it out, and the Saiyans' battle intelligence is a great plus to their numbers. Cell has to take on Gohan from ahead, who enters grade 2 to add to his raw strength. Cell feels himself in a pretty hard struggle for a brief period, but he overpowers him, only to get hit by a Big Bang attack to the back. Upon receiving this blast, Goku swoops in from the air to kick him back, and finally Vegeta teleports in front of him in his Ultra Vegeta form to land a heavy blow to his chest. As he slides back, Gohan then shoots a Super Masenko blast. His blast hurls towards Cell, and in reaction he shoots his own Kamehameha. The two beams clash and Cell immediately is given the upper hand. "You're done, Gohan, you're done," Cell shouts, pushing more power into his beam of energy. His beam soars toward Gohan, but then Vegeta appears behind him and charges his golden final flash. Cell barely notices, but then he hears another energy beam hurtling toward him. In reaction, he is forced to split his blast into two beams of energy. With these two beam struggles at once, he can barely keep them back and they slowly push toward him. In reaction, Goku launches his Kamehameha right down the middle to Cell's body. "Come on Gohan, put everything into this," Vegeta roars. It lands on him head on, and once this happens, the other two Saiyans pour as much power into their blasts as possible, then the other Saiyans take heed of what's happening. They then shoot down beams of their own, and these blasts come from various directions. The center of the beams where Cell is turns into a massive explosion, and Cell is destroyed in the center of it. Once the beams dissipate, nothing is left at the center, and the group pretty much assume that Cell is gone. Much to their luck, Cell's very last cell is also destroyed in the blast, and the threat of Cell is gone. The injured fighters heal and return to their ordinary levels of strength, and the fight against Cell is pretty much over. So Cell is defeated before the beginning of the Cell games, and the androids are pretty much gone with him. With the Dragon Balls, the androids are revived, and they do have their self-destruction bombs. However, those are taken out after a while. With this, the Cell saga pretty much comes to an end. This allows future Trunks and future Gohan to return to their future timeline. "Do not grow frail, Gohan. Remain strong like the formidable Saiyan warrior you are," Vegeta says to future Gohan before shaking his hand. "I'll make sure to, Vegeta," future Gohan replies before hopping into his own time machine. The time for the future warriors in the present timeline is pretty much over, and they head to the future while the other Saiyans remain on Earth. Vegeta remains on Earth with Kakarot, and his will to grow stronger has never faded. He feels like he has to live up to his title of Prince of the Saiyans, and as a Saiyan, power is something he always strives to possess. Goku remains alive and trains with Vegeta very frequently. They both grow off each other's strengths and make increases in power. Now, since Vegeta isn't as arrogant and selfish as before, he can give himself rest since he now accepts that that is the right thing to do. By dint of this better mentality of his, he actually remains as stronger than Goku. Their top forms are Super Saiyan 3. Nappa also trains with them, but it's hard for him to keep up with them. It's much easier for him to get Gohan to spar, even though his life is quite busy. Gohan still does drop his training pretty much altogether, and his studies take over his priorities. Nappa ends up having a child with Launch that we shall call Nappa Jr. for simplicity. He's not bald like his father, but he has blonde hair that has been inherited from his mother Launch. He is the same age as Goten, and he is capable of Super Saiyan alongside Goten and Trunks. Nappa can use Super Saiyan 2, but he hasn't unlocked Super Saiyan 3 just yet. Since their parents meet up very often, the kids have many opportunities to spar each other. This means that they go stronger very fast. They can all go Super Saiyan, while Trunks is the strongest of the three. However, Nappa Jr. is stronger than Goten because he trains a lot harder, which is due to the influence from his father. He also isn't arrogant and rich like Trunks, so he doesn't really act like he does. He acts a lot more similar to Goten. However, I'd say he's a little less bubbly and positive than Goten. In the World Tournament Saga, the main difference is that Nappa Jr. and Trunks meet each other in the semi-finals of the Youth Division. Nappa Jr. wants to prove his strength and beat Trunks, but he acknowledges that his time in the tournament might end very soon. Remember, no Super Saiyan, Trunks says as the fight starts. We'll see, Nappa Jr. states before charging ahead. They clash forearms, and for raw power, Nappa Jr. has his opponents beat. Trunks is assailed with a heavy strike to his chin. Subsequently, Nappa Jr. tries to ram a Ki Blast into his body, but he uses his speed to dive back and evade. The Ki Blast is instead shot forward for his body, but Trunks uses all of his strength to swat it away and into the sky. After it flies a few hundred meters up into the air, it explodes and the fight continues. Nappa Jr. races in again, but he realizes that he must use some quick battle wits to win. In physical fighting prowess, Trunks has him beat, but Nappa Jr. could possibly use other things to keep him in the tournament. Upon reaching Trunks, he shoots forward a powerful Ki attack that blinds him. He can't help but shut his eyes, and Nappa Jr. takes advantage of this. He punches him in the body, then uses a jump enhanced with flight to arrive behind him. Nappa Jr. lands a few meters behind him, then begins charging up his signature attack. His weaker mouth grenade that he calls the Mouth Bomb is released in the exact same way. Also, just for your information, the Mouth Grenade is Nappa's version of Piccolo's Light Grenade. It's pretty much the exact same attack, but the only difference is that Nappa shoots the attack out from his mouth and not from his hands. While Trunks is opening his eyes, Nappa Jr. shoots the golden ball of Ki right at him. The ball soars toward Trunks, and there isn't much that he can do. He transforms into a Super Saiyan and blocks the attack with ease. "I thought we said no Super Saiyan. I knew you would cheat," Nappa Jr. shouts. "Well, you did say we'll see," Trunks replies. Nappa Jr. stands off against Trunks before entering the same form himself. His golden hair lifts and starts to glow, then he rushes right back into battle. The crowd are in awe of their speed and find it surprising that they were restricted to the junior division. They continue fighting, and Trunks possesses greater skill by dint of his superior talent. However, each attack thrown by Nappa Jr. possesses more power, and he can actually hurt Trunks a little more with each strike. Just for your information, Nappa Jr. is a little larger than Trunks and Goten since he inherits his muscle mass from Nappa. "Come on Nappa, search inside for more power," Nappa Jr. thinks to himself, before taking a straight punch to the gut. Subsequently, Trunks lands a swiveling kick to his jaw that forces him back, and there is little that he can do. Blood trickles down his face, and he frailly lifts his arms to block another punch to his body. Once he falls back a few steps, he feels something snap inside of him. As the next punch powers toward him, he catches the attack with relative ease and stares Trunks down. "I won't lose, I'll prove that I'm the strongest," Nappa Jr. shouts. "That's my boy," Nappa states while spectating the match himself. Nappa Jr. starts to scream, then his hair becomes even more spiky, his muscles grow larger, and his aura becomes more fierce. With a final scream for power, he enters his Grade 2 state, and Trunks notices the significant increase in his muscle mass. Even though he's only 7, he looks insanely massive and has the vascularity and muscle mass of someone 3 times his age. He can't stop panting as he feels his power, then soon after he struggles to a knee. He returns to his Grade 1 state, and seconds later his hair falls and no longer continues glowing. His body falls and Trunks is given the win. "He unlocked that muscly super form, that's pretty neat," Goku states while spectating the match. Nappa Jr. is given treatment and he seems totally out of it. His stamina is depleted, but he seems ecstatic that he has accessed another Super Saiyan form. The rest of the tournament goes pretty much the same up until when Gohan is taken down by Spopovich and Yami. Upon seeing this, Goten, Trunks and Nappa Jr. still at the tournament try to fly after them with the older Saiyans. "Stay back kids," Nappa says before following after Shin and the Saiyans. "Go back home, stay safe, you did amazing out there, for all you 3, Nappa says while looking at his son. He flies after them and the events with Boo ensue. So that will conclude the 6th part of What If Vegeta Turned Good in the Saiyan Saga. Please tell me something you liked about this video or something that I should improve on for the next part. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.